But you know who it has postseason aspirations still alive and just advanced in the postseason is Football Club Cincinnati, the FCC. And straight from the Flyin Lion podcast, we have Sam Wade. Sam, thank you so much for coming on the show once again, and we're happy to have you on, especially after the big win on Saturday night. How you doing, man?
Doing good, doing good. Obviously, vibes are high. Like you said, the one team in Cincinnati right now that's not dead yet, and that's FC Cincinnati, right? We continue to keep rolling. An absolute phenomenal win against the Crew, getting the monkey off our back, if you will. Two different scenarios, right, where we got off our backs last year, losing in a best-of-3 series in the first round, and then 2 years ago, losing against the Crew in the Eastern Conference Finals, got rid of both in the same series.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. Obviously, vibes are very good right now.
Yeah, so you mentioned getting the monkey off your back. And any jaded sports fan knows what it feels like to see your team constantly be on the doorstep and not get there once again. Take me through how nervous you were in that 63rd minute when Columbus Crew takes the lead 1-0.
Oh my gosh. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to be in the building for this one. But my counterpart, Ryan, he was in the building. So we were texting back and forth, but I was watching it from home, and I probably was standing up for the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes of the match, just, on edge. But yeah, I mean, this match, it showed a lot of signs of game one, where both very back and forth. FC Cincinnati kind of had the bulk of the good chances, and then unfortunately, the Crew were able to kind of get that first goal. But this game was kind of the redemption story for Brenner in FC Cincinnati, and the two goals, his first ever goal versus Columbus in any competition, which was really cool. He kind of flipped the narrative on his return, and so the finish, both finishes were very poised, very calm, cool, collected, and the celebrations, the vibes was, like I said, just once again, the vibes. But for Brenner, he's on loan with FC Cincinnati. That is now 6 goals and 1 assist in only 9 games that he has played with us. So him being able to get acclimated with the squad this quickly and being able to make an impact in the playoffs, right, when it matters most in a winner go home game, is exactly what you want from a player like that.
Yeah, so that was the next question I was going to ask. You get a player like Brenner. Obviously, he had some previous tenure here in Cincinnati, but you bring him back in and he makes an immediate impact. Break that down a little bit more about how important he's been to FCC since he's come back in August.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a player that has a motor, right? He wants to be here. You can tell that this second go round means a little bit more to him. When he first came back on loan and was with the squad, he was telling reporter Laurel Fowler, like, hey, I was really immature when I left. I just wanted to move to Europe, and now that I'm back, like, I really want to make amends and leave this place better than I found it, and maybe even stay longer, right? And that's the talk right now is, can we open up another DP spot for the MLS? That's another roster spot for him to see if he can stay, because he's absolutely showing that he wants to be here. And the ability to play within the lines, up top, he's very different from Kevin Denke, in the sense that he will track back and be able to get the ball from the defense, and not just wait up top right for the ball. He's very active in that sense and will help out in the defense, so that way he can be on the end of one of those goals like he was in the attack.
All right, so the next match is against Inter Miami in 2 weeks. Obviously, the big name there is Lionel Messi, who's now at the ripe age of 38 years old. He's old. How good is he still? Like, how good is he?
He's so good. I mean, there's a reason he's the MVP of the league, right? Messi is one of, if not the greatest player of all time. So the looming showdown with Messi is obviously, it's going to be an instant classic, an instant marquee matchup. That's why you're seeing tickets that are $200 plus already, right? Which is just insane. I think I've seen tickets 1,000 plus. So this is going to be one for the ages. The matchup against Miami, we have the all-time matchup actually versus them is 5 wins each right? 5 losses each and 2 draws, right? So it's even across the board. So this is going to be kind of the tiebreaker, right, for the all-time matchup, as well as this season we beat them 3-0 in the first matchup and then 0-0 draw. So we actually have played pretty well against them throughout the season. So we have their card, right? So hopefully being able to continue that is what we're looking for. But yeah, Messi's a special player, and it's going to take the defensive midfield in Giddy or Obi to kind of shut them down. I mean, he's got the likes of Jordi Alba, Busquets that are kind of on their retirement run. They're going to be retiring at the end of the season. So obviously Miami's going to be playing for them a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, you mentioned, and I want to get back to how we match up with Miami, but you mentioned the ticket prices for this match. Have they announced the time of the game? Because I know it was between Saturday or Sunday. Have they announced it yet?
I haven't seen anything yet so far. I know it may even come later today or as we're speaking. But this morning I have not seen anything so far. But like you said, either November 22nd or the 23rd.
It looks like the 23rd at 5 p.m. is what I'm seeing right now.
So it'll be directly after the Bengals play at 1 p.m. that day. I think the Bengals play at 1, gets done at 4, and then FC going right into that. So maybe there'll be some good Chatterbox content coming out that day. Yeah. Sam, are you going to be going? Are you going to be going to the match? Are you going to get the tickets? Does the bank account allow?
Yeah.
Is you going to be getting there?
I'd say probably not. Just because once again, if it's going to be the same weather it is outside today, probably not, right? Because you never know in this Midwest weather, right? It's going to start snowing. So I will gladly watch it from the warmth of my home. But I don't know. Ryan may go. He's a season ticket holder, so he's more likely to go than I am. But if he buys 2 tickets, maybe I'll go with him.
I put in our Discord, which I believe you guys are in as well, and obviously a lot of people that watch the show are in the Discord. I put in there, I said, if tickets are under $100, I'm going to my first game at TQL, and I half knew that tickets were not going to be under $100 when I made that proclamation. There wasn't a chance that Messi coming to town was going to call for tickets under 100, but it will be an exciting atmosphere. You broke down a little bit kind of the tale of the tape between Miami and FC this season and kind of the history of it. Is there anywhere, do we have strengths that, match up well with their weaknesses? Are there anything that we can exploit, or is there any way that, I guess essentially what I'm asking is where can and how can we win this match?
Yeah, I think we absolutely have a chance. That's the reason we're the higher seed, right? And all year we've shown depth, being able to I think that's a big piece, as well as Miami's defense isn't the best. Obviously, they have a marquee guy in Messi that's able to, just completely do his own thing up top. But in the back line, if we're able to exploit their back line, similar to what we did in the 3-0 win, right? I believe in that game, Evander had 2 goals, right? So if he's able to show up, he kind of did a little bit better in this game 3 than he did in the previous 2 games. If he's able to show up, as well as Brenner continues to stay on the hot streak that he's on, we can get Kevin Denke going. I mean, the depth is something that's going to be really crucial playing against a guy like Messi, right? Because you want to wear him out, and then you want to go for the knockout blow, right? So that's whether that's bringing somebody off the bench or just using the players you have in the 11 at that time. I think that's definitely probably going to be the key, as well as Ender Echenike. He had a phenomenal game 3. He was going up the wing, being able to create from the outside, being able to cross balls in. So look for him to kind of play another big role in this game. I know it kind of sucks because we got international duty in the middle of MLS playoffs, which it's ridiculous. But we got to wait another week, and then hopefully Cincinnati fans stay with us, we stay relevant, and we can get a good crowd at TQL.
Well, off the bench we stay with. You opened up a door there by complaining about the MLS's schedule, because I've had you on before and it makes absolutely no sense to me. One thing that does not make sense to me, and you're going to speak on behalf of the MLS here, so I'm going to put you in a tough spot. How does it make sense that the first round is a 3-match series, and then every round beyond that is winner goes on?
It doesn't. That's the beauty of the MLS, right? Is we try and be different than everybody else, which it doesn't make any sense. Like you said, I personally think everything should be just traditional as it is, one-off games. And if there's, a tie at the end of 90 minutes, we go to extra time. If there's a tie after that, we go to PKs, right? Like, let's keep it traditional throughout the entire thing. Let's not try and reinvent the wheel here. But yeah, I think, when I came on the first time, I touched on, the scheduling being a bigger issue. And that's kind of what this international, break is in the middle of MLS playoffs, right? Like, we have the NBA that is just now starting. We've got college basketball that is just now starting, right? Both of those things, right? I mean, we have marquee matchups a little bit in college basketball, but not enough to generate like a whole bunch of buzz, right?
Mm-hmm.
This would be a perfect opportunity for the MLS to kind of capitalize on that, be able to take some things away. Obviously, like the NFL and college football have the weekends, so maybe that Friday night, like you've got something there. So yeah, I just don't understand what the MLS is doing. I know if they're able to get on the same page as the rest of Europe and everybody else, it should flow more smoothly, and you don't have the international duty in the middle of MLS playoffs. But here we are.
Yeah, it's hard for guys like me who admittedly don't watch a whole lot of MLS soccer.
I know, and we want you to watch. We want you to watch.
I know, and it's just broken up all over the place. My favorite is what the Cup will be at the end of December.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think like December 6th or something like that is the estimated date. Yeah.
So it'll be December 6th, and then the season starts Valentine's Day weekend, like the second week of February. So have a good off season.
Especially because we're playing in Champions Cup, right? So you play early if you're an FC Cincinnati fan now too. So.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Sam, thank you so much for being on the show. I think there was a new Flyin Lion podcast that came out last night, right?
Yep. Yeah.
What days are we coming out this week? Is it Tuesday, Thursday?
So this week we did the episode on Sunday. You'll see clips that'll come out as far as like longer segments, because it is international duty. It's going to be a little bit different, right? Because not much to talk about during international duty, but we will have the clips come out throughout the week. Check us out on the Instagram, on the Twitter, on Chatterbox YouTube, so that way you can stay up to date. And hopefully, next Sunday, Monday, we'll have our preview for this next round for the conference semifinals against Miami.
That hair is glorious. What kind of product we using?
A little bit of I think, what is it? Old Spice. A little of the Old Spice.
Just Old Spice. It's absolutely glorious. And I was just going to pay you a compliment as someone who
appreciate you. I
don't
I
have
hope
much
to have
time
it
left.
Very long. Yes.
Yeah, you got a lot more time than I have. I'm on the death's doorstep with the hair up top. Sam, thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations to FCC. Let's beat Lionel Messi next week, and hopefully you get some tickets to that game. Hopefully you get into TQL.
That'd be nice.
All right. See you, Sam.